Hello and welcome to Knit All the Yarn podcast. My name is Lisa and I live in Michigan with my husband and my kiddos. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry as 72 Stitches. And this is episode 203. I got my coffee in my Scrappy Knitting Queen. Pretty soon I will be getting my summer sock camp bugs out. Pretty soon. I have peppermint mocha creamer. Today is Friday, May 12th. 2023. What else do I say? I lost my train of thought. I need more coffee. I will have all the show notes right down there in the description box. Click under the title, click the more button, and then everything will drop down for you. I will have links to all of the shops, bags, patterns, yarns, all that good stuff. Reading and watching will be down there. I do want to mention that I have my Cal running over in my Knit All the Yarn Ravelry group. That will also be linked down below. Knit All the West Knits. It ends May 31st. Whips count. Yeah, and you just have to knit any Stephen West pattern. It doesn't have to be his huge shawls. You can do a hat, you can do socks. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm looking at my show notes. Ends May 31st. And I will be doing, I'm going to say this again, I haven't looked at the Knitpicks website, but I will be doing Knit All the Felici this year again. I know a lot of you had fun with that, so we're going to do it again this year. And it will start June 1st and it will end August 31st. When we get closer to the date, I will get into more details, but the gist is you have to knit with Felici. That's pretty much it. I guess you don't have to knit. You could be crochet. But with my podcast, it's Knit All the Yarn. So I kind of went knit all the Felici, knit all the West Knits. So you don't have to knit socks. You can do other stuff with it. But yeah, that's my Felici stash. There's like, you know, I knit a lot. And you all say that I knit fast. But I feel like I am not. Like I haven't knit any Felici besides like that hat that I did like in March. There's just so many things and I get so many squirrel moments. And there's so many projects I want to work on. So I will talk about that, Cal, in the future, but if you don't have any Felici and you would like to join the Cal, I suggest heading over to their website right now because it was, I'm pretty sure it still is, on sale. Felici is on sale for like $4.19 a ball. You probably need two balls to make a pair of socks. Unless you do like shorties with contrasting heels, toes, and cuffs. Just saying. Just putting that out there. Because I had a lot of people, some people last year saying, I don't have any Felici. And then we were all like anxiously awaiting the new colors because they usually come out in June. So that's why I did a 3-month Cal. So if you don't have it, or if you don't like these colors and you want to wait to see what the new colors are, you can do that. You got 3 months. That's plenty of time to knit all the Felici. Okay, I'm going to stop rambling. I think that's all of my, I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I think that's all my admin stuff in the beginning. I have 2 finished objects and 5 whips. So I might be rambling on a lot with my whips. I am processing, this is me processing my thoughts about things. Number 1, I am done stressing out or trying to hurry up and have an FO for you guys every week. I think I'm done. I'm done because I finished one of my FOs. I just finished yesterday and I didn't think I was going to have them done. So if I have all of these whips, things are not going to get finished. I just need to not pressure myself about that too much. That's number 1. And then we'll talk about my DVD socks in a minute here. So let's get on to the knitting. Let's get on to the knitting. And if I was like really concerned about having finished objects every week, I would just do this every 2 weeks, but I like chatting with you guys every week. So don't worry, I'm still gonna be here. I'm just trying to change my thought process here so I don't get burnt out. But look at these. Oh, these are beautiful. So these are my Freckled Whimsy DK socks. And this is DK Yarn of the Month, February. Oh, I didn't write it down. Yeah, I didn't. It's in the show notes down there. It's not on my show notes. I believe this is February 2023. Shenanigans. I got my window open. I have my windows open, so you're gonna hear people. Obviously, somebody was really excited about something. So I use a US 3 for my DK socks. I do 10 rows of 2x2 rib. Afterthought heel. It came with a mini. So this is what I have left. Let me reach over here. I didn't weigh it, but this is what I had left. I did them a little bit longer this time because I really like long socks, especially DKs. They're nice and cozy. So this I will be putting, I have a bag of DK weight Freckled Whimsy from other clubs that I've done, and I'm just going to stick them in that bag, and we're going to do scrappy socks, scrappy DK socks somewhere in the future. I know I did a pair this year already, but so I'm just going to add that to my collection of scraps. Oh, look at these. I was trying to like debate where to put my heel. I was going to put it there, and then I'm like, no, let's put it in this green stripe and just make them a little bit longer. And then I'm like, can I do toes? I need to weigh it. This is how much I have left. After doing both heels, I feel like that's not enough. And I'd rather have them both striped than have like one with green and one without. So, just to play it safe, I just do heels. I need less ends to weave in that way too, but oh, I love these so much. I think that's it. I don't have anything else to say. Oh, 48 stitches. US 3s. I think I said that. I kind of followed Kay of the Crazy Sock Lady has a DK weight vanilla sock pattern. I pretty much just used her numbers and her needle size, and then I did my own heel and toe because I don't know how to do a gusset, and I've never tried. The afterthought heels just fit me, so someday maybe. We'll see. So that is my finished object, and these weighed 90 grams. Nice, 90 grams. Beautiful. Okay, so I have to take one off the sock blocker because now we're going to talk about my next FO, and then that's going to lead us into whips. So, oh no, where is it? Oh, goodish gracious. I'm going to have to pause because I don't know where it is. Where did I put that sock? I'm going to have to get up for a second. Pause. You might hear my creaky floor. I thought I put it in that. Oh, jeez. I might have to pause this. I'm going to go over here and look and see if I can find it. Yes. Oh my goodness, it's right in front of me. Oh, jeez. Okay, well, that was a hot mess. That's right here. I'm not going to edit this. We're just going to leave that in. That was me getting up and going, where is my finished object? It was under my knee so I couldn't see it. Okay, this is my Advent sock. FO. This is my Harry Potter Advent. Oh, look at that pooling. Oh, I love it. So this is Advent sock day 3. This is yarn Yarn Cafe Creations, I think. They switch. Let's see if I have the tag. Yep. Snape's Worst Memory. So there it is. That is day 3. So I am using the whole mini. I am winding them, just hand winding them into a ball. Then I am doing, I'm doing a square in my blanket. And then I'm using the rest of it to do a sock. So I can get, so far, this is sock number 3. So far I can get 90 rows. So I have like 20, I think I'm doing my heel at row 22. So I do 21 rows of leg, put in my heel at row 22, and then knit to 90 and do in my toe. Doing an afterthought heel. My heels, toes, and cuffs are in Knitpicks Stroll Dove Heather. I'm using US 1.5, which is a 2.5 millimeter needle. Oh, look at that pooling. So this is day 3. I did 12 rows of 2x2 rib. Afterthought heel. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. And I might knit 1 row of this Dove Heather before I do the toe. I think I do that. I have all notes, I just have to look at it, I just don't remember. It's been a while. I finished the sock on Monday, I think, so I don't remember, but look at that pooling. It was beautiful. Love it. So that is my finished object number 2. And now we're gonna go into whips. And now I feel silly for getting up and walking over there when the sock was right in front of me. It's okay. I don't edit. So that's a nice little nugget for you. This is Stitching Plaza. So I have a Harry Potter advent. I have to have it in the Harry Potter bag, right? So I finished the square already for this blanket. What I'm doing is, since I'm doing them in pairs, I just have to stick them in here. So 3 and 4, I put them in my blanket together, and then I have them ready. Since I am working on day 4 sock, colors 5 and 6 are going in my blanket probably on Sunday, pretty sure. And then I will be ready to go for the next round of socks. Just because I don't want to wind them all right now and then put them all on the blanket. So I'm just kind of breaking it up a little bit because that's a lot of winding and I don't want to do that. This is going to be really, really hard to see. Let's show it this way. You can kind of, this is like really, really dark navy. There is little hints of green and purple in here. I mean, you can't, I don't know if you can see it, but it is dark. There's some greens and purples in there, but mostly navy. So here is what I have done so far. I do my Socks Magic Loop, Chiaogoo red lace needles, 1.5, US 1.5, 2.5 millimeter, 32-inch cord. So this is what I got left. I have 20 rows. Looks like 23 rows-ish. I use these markers to count rows, but I will link a video down below if you're curious for more information about it. But that's what I got. So I have the leg done. And I've been working on these in the evenings, usually like after dinner. We have a little bit of chill time before the kids have to go to bed. And then I take my shower. I take my showers in the evenings, if you guys care. You probably don't care, but I am an evening shower gal. Mostly because the thought of waking up and going in the shower is just like, that's too much work. Maybe if I didn't have to get up at like 6 a.m. and I could just like slowly wake up, then probably I would, you know, shower in the morning. But I'm a shower in the evening person. I don't know, I feel like I'm sharing way too much information. That's okay. So yep, this is day 4. This is going to be a long-term project. I was saying something like, okay, after I shower, then there's like an hour-ish, hour and a half of time to just chill and watch TV and knit. That time I don't get a lot done because I'm like playing my games on my phone. I only play one game. I am only addicted to Words with Friends. That is my game of choice. That's the only game that I play. I don't play Candy Crush or anything like that. Just Words with Friends. So I feel like it's educational. So yeah, sometimes I get sucked into that in the evenings and then I just play that for an hour. So yeah, I think that's it. I already have 5 and 6 wound up and they're waiting downstairs for my blanket. So I won't show them. Yes, I will show them when the square's done. And then when I get to it. Okay, I forgot to talk about what I'm wearing here. Jeez, I am all over the place. I'm not starting over. We're just gonna go for it. So this is my shawlography. This was my first Stephen West mystery knit along. I believe this was 2021. The first time I did brioche. So yeah, this is all Knitpicks Stroll. I love doing Stroll with his shawls just because it's cheaper. It's a lot cheaper. Let's just say that. Than the hand-dyed stuff. I mean, the hand-dyed stuff's pretty. Someday I will. I probably wouldn't with a mystery knit along do like indie dyed yarn because sometimes it's like I don't even know if I'm gonna like it. And so that's the back. Got the yarn shrimps that everybody talks about. And I had to do them in black, no less. Oh. So yeah, that's what I'm wearing today. Shawlography by Stephen West. And then my fingers are stuck in it. Wearing my Knitrovert t-shirt. Because it's hot again. Imagine that. This is by Nitty Natty. I will link her shop down below. Okay. Whips. That was whip number 1. Okay, now we're going to whip number 2. Look what I brought back, guys. Now. This is Unusual Surroundings on Etsy. I had I've been chatting with some people and I think I figured out why I wanted to quit this cal. So we are going to change it up and we're going to do something different. And if I still, at the end of this new change, I still don't want to do it, then I'm officially done. But we're going to give it another try. Oh, my nose itches. Desert Vista Dye Works. And this is Sam Eeyore. I showed this last week. I thought about it, and I want to thank everyone for your comments last week about, you know, if you quit if you want, if you don't want to do it, don't do it, don't pressure yourself. But then there are some people like, oh, you're almost at 6 months, just go to 6 months. And then there were some people like, you did a lot of socks, you can do this. Just, you know, give me pep talks. So I think today I decided, I mean, there were days where I was like, I think just today I picked this back up. So it's been a couple weeks. I was like, one day I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. And then I'm like, oh, I feel so much better. And then the next day I was like, I can totally do this. Why am I being like this? It's one pair of socks. You knit like anywhere between 4 to 7 pairs of socks a month. It's just one sock. So I think what was killing my, not killing my mojo, but me not enjoying this cal anymore was that when the first came, I had to, in my mind, I had to drop everything. I had to cast on the first, and I had to knit on them until they were done. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do 30 minutes a day. I think I talked about this last week in my podcast. I'm just going to work on it 30 minutes today. And I did that today, and I will show you my progress. So I know it's the 12th, so I still have like 2 weeks left of May. Yes, so 30 minutes a day. Possibly. I don't know if it's going to be every day. There might be some days I don't work on it. But I am going to my parents' tomorrow, and the other sock whip that I'm going to show you here in a second is for her. It's going to be for my mom for Christmas. So I don't really want to take that and say, oh, these are yours, but you can't have them till Christmas, just to be like, you know, a tease. So I think I'm going to bring these with me tomorrow and just see how much I can get done. It's about an hour, a little over an hour car ride there and back. So there's at least 2 hours there to work on them. And I do knit a little bit at my parents'. Not as much as I would at home, but I still get a little bit done. So I'm going to show you my progress. And then a part of me is like, I had like the whole leg done. Do I really want to frog this? That was another thing, but. So here, I think I was, last week I was like here. I was like almost at the heel. I think I did a few rows to figure out where I'm going to put my heel in, and then I said, okay, now we're going to stop. We're going to do 30 minutes, and we're going to see how much I got done. So, right where this coffee to go cup, this is by Twin Mountain Handcrafts. So from there to there, that's what I got done in a half hour. I believe I counted, it was 15 or 17 rows, somewhere in there. So I really believe if I just did 30 minutes, I would have these done. Yes. So I think I'm gonna continue. I feel really horrible about, you know, messaging people saying, I'm gonna quit, I'm done. And then as soon as I say that, I'm like, maybe I want to keep going. And then I tell some people, I think I'm gonna keep going. And then I'm like, wait, I don't want to do this anymore. So I think I figured out why I was not enjoying this anymore. And I think it's like what I said before. I had to like drop everything and cast them on the first and just knit on these till they're done. So we're going to try this. So when the first comes around, when June 1st comes around, depending on what kind of whips I have going on, maybe I'll just cast on a few rows of the cuff and then I'll just work on what I want to work on. We will see, but that is my progress. So I'm sorry for rambling on about it to everybody that I've messaged and emailed, and then I didn't semi-promise to, you know, sell it. There's some people that reached out and were like, I'll buy it from you, and I'm like, oh. So now I feel bad saying that I might keep going. My head is like all over the place, so I don't know. I'm sorry. I didn't promise anything to anybody. I know that for a fact. But I had some people reach out saying they would purchase it or do swaps with me. So there's nothing is ruled out yet. I might, you know, I still might say I don't want to do it. But since I had the sock cast on and like I had the leg done, we'll see. So we'll see how I feel on June 1st if I want to keep going. But that is where I'm at with these right now. And I am 100% sure that I won't be doing this cal next year. This is it. This is year 3. I think after this I'm done. I'm trying not to buy yarn this year, so I'm not buying any more of her yarn. So Okay, that is whip number 2. Whip number 3 is in my Mountain State Stitches bag. Oh, my sock bag. I love this one with the little toes. Do you guys remember toe socks? I had a pair when I was younger. I don't think I could stand to wear them now. Whatever happened to those? Do they still make those? So we have West Yorkshire spinners. This is in vintage tinsel. I believe this was a Christmas colorway. Oh geez, it wasn't last year. Maybe it was the year before, or maybe before that. Maybe it was probably 2021. Pretty sure. Anyway, so after I finished my DVD socks, I cast these on. And then I decided maybe I'm going to get my DVD socks back out. Oh. Grab it here. So here is what I have. So it's not really Christmassy. I thought the red and green were going to be next to each other, but they are not. So I figured my mom would like these. She likes all of the West Yorkshire spinners, the opals, the regia, the Patton's Croy. She loves all of those ones, so it's really hard to see, but I'm using purple markers this time on this one. Switch it up. I usually like to use like gold, silver, or like the rose gold ones, but I decided to use purple ones this time. So this is 64 stitches, red lace Chiaogoo needle, US 1.5, 2.5 millimeter, 32-inch cord. Oh, my phone's ringing. This episode is a hot mess. Oh my, I bet it's Red Cross again.
You've reached Justin and Lisa. We can't come to the phone right now. Please leave a message.
Hello, it's Clark at the American Red Cross calling to remind
Ding!
you no substitute for your volunteer blood donation.
Red Cross. High five. I'm right.
Red Cross now to schedule a blood donation. When you join Team Red Cross and come to give
Of course, this message is going to be very long.
you'll score a $10 e-gift card.
And I already got up once.
There's no better time to get in the game, and there's an immediate need for donors. To schedule an appointment to give blood, please call 1-800-RED-CROSS, use the blood donor app, or visit redcrossblood.org. Thank you.
Thank you for interrupting my podcast. Okay. Okay, Red Cross likes to call Fridays between, what time is it? It's 10. It's 10:09. So they like to every 2 weeks. They didn't do it last week, did they? Okay. These are for my mom for Christmas. I think I talked about everything I was going to talk about. 12 rows of 2x2 rib. Magic loop. I do magic loop all the way. Yeah, all right. I think that's it. I just have one sock cast on. I did wind this. They usually come in a ball form, so you can knit from that, but I don't. I like to wind all of my yarn up and work from cakes. So I wound it all up, split it into two, and when I split it into two, magically, they're gonna match. I pull from the outside of the cake. So here it is in the cake. So, yep. These are gonna be for my mom for Christmas. And like I said, since I'm going to see her, I was gonna work on these, but that's no fun to work on a project right in front of the recipient. Especially when it's like gonna be a Christmas gift and that's like, what, like 7 months, 8 months from now? And she has to wait, so. All right, that is all of my sock whips. Oh man, I got lots of sock whips. Okay. Here is, can you guess what this is? It's getting kind of big for the bag, but that's because I wound up the rest of my yarn last week. So I have all the yarn wound up and ready to go. This is Knit for Brains on Etsy. And this is my Shifting Chevrons shawl by Stephen West. It's not on the needles right now, so that means, guess what? We could call this FO number 3, right? I finished section 4. Oh, I did it. I had a lot of time to knit last weekend because my oldest was sick. We'll talk about that later. But we stayed home all weekend, and I just knit all weekend. So I don't know if I will have another section done this week. Like I said, I always say that, and then I'm like, bam. So this is section 4. It ended with yellow. Oh, that's so fun. Peekaboo. And let's see. So here's the top. I mean, look at this. This is 4 sections. It's getting big. It's getting hard to show. Let's see. Yep, section 4. I finished section 4. There are 7 sections total, so I have 3 more. I am not sick of working on this. I think I cast this on April 4th, I think. I thought I could finish it in a month, but like I said, I think I'm done like working on one project until it's done. I think I'm going to change it up and just have all the whips. And just work on a little bit. I have been like doing my squares in the morning, and then I work on this till lunchtime, and a little bit after lunch, depending on if I want to finish one more stripe. Then I work on socks. And then after dinner, I work on my Advent socks. So I'm just gonna embrace all the whips. Embrace all the whips. That's gonna be the title of this episode. I gotta remember that. Embrace all the whips. Actually, I'm gonna write it down right now so I don't remember. So I don't forget. So yeah, that is my shawl. Embrace all the whips. Okay. Sometimes I have to rewatch my videos to try to find a title, but I don't know if I want to rewatch this one because we have so much distractions. And I'm using US 4s, like the pattern said. Knitpicks Stroll. I have a project page listed down below with all of my color names, so I don't have to go through them every week, since I've been talking about the shawl for the past at least a month and a half-ish. After I finish recording today and clean up my mess, I'm starting section 4, or 5, I mean. Not sure how much I'm gonna get done today, but I might work on this a lot today because I won't be working on this tomorrow because I can't take this. This is not a car project anymore. And I have to pay attention with my, the center decrease thing, so let's not mess that up. But yeah. And here's the back. I'm doing the weave and Steven. So all of my ends are woven. I just gotta snip them. Oh, it's beautiful. Love it. Yeah, this is gonna be a big shawl. So I'm over half done now. Hopefully you guys aren't tired of seeing this. So yeah, that is the shawl. I think that's it. I finished section 4. US 4s. I think I said everything. Okay, now we're going to talk about a Cozy Memories blanket. And I did, like I did last week, yesterday, I did Thursday squares, Fridays, and Saturdays. So now I don't have to work on this for 2 days. So, yay! So I know I finished, I don't want to repeat myself here. Oh my goodness. It's getting big. I'm pretty sure I showed you square 300 last week. I finished a row, pretty sure. So we will move this. So if that was Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'm going to assume that I started the new row on Sunday. My shawl's falling off. Okay. So we have Sunday, and this is a special yarn. Does Aquila, do you still watch Aquila, the Lefty Knitger podcast? I think for Valentine's Day, not this year, but last year, she dyed yarn for a group of us that have a little chat on Instagram. So I found a little nugget. So there's that one. She dyed that yarn. So there's Sunday. Monday. Tuesday. Wednesday. Oh, so here's Thursdays. Those are nomadic yarns. Friday. So that would be today's square. And Saturdays. And this one is marking my May 1st square. So I've done a row. Oh, my nose itches. Ooey. Don't sneeze and really ruin this podcast. So this is the Coziest Memories by Kemper Ray. I'm doing 2 squares a day so I can get this done by August. My daughter and I, my youngest daughter, and I had a conversation about, all right, if I do 2 squares a day, what day will I finish? What day will be the last square? So she did some math with me, and we figured out August 14th. And that is if I continue to do 2 squares a day. Now, if I stop and don't do them, well, then it'll be different. Or if I'm like, sometimes when I get to the end of projects, I just want to like hurry up and finish them. I just want them done. So it might be before the 14th. I don't know. But yeah, so I did my 2 squares a day. I think, how much do I have left at the end? I don't think let's see, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Ooh, I might finish a row next week. Thursday square would be right here. So it's possible if I continue to like do a lot of squares on Thursdays to have that ready for the podcast. Maybe start another row. I'm not gonna bother folding this. But I'm doing 20, I already said the pattern. I'm doing 20 stitches by 20 stitches. The pattern says to do 23, I think, by 23. So they're a little bit smaller. I use a US 2. Is that right? Yep. Excuse me. US 2, 2.75 millimeter. Oh, I love this so much. There are days where it's like, I don't want to do this anymore, but I really enjoyed doing a lot of squares on Thursday and then giving myself a break Friday and Saturday. That was a good idea. So I might continue with doing that, or I might not. I don't know. It just worked out where I had the time on Thursday to do it, so I did it. Or maybe at least like doing Thursdays and Fridays together, because podcast day recording is, there's setup, there's cleanup, there's recording. It takes a bit of time. So maybe I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, that's everything. That's all my whips. Whoa. No, I gotta put my stitch marker back on. I'll just put it on Saturday square and then I'll move it when I do Sunday squares. And that reminds me, I haven't posted those on Instagram. I gotta do that. I gotta post my squares. If you follow me on Instagram, every day I post a close-up picture of each square and the square number it is. I forgot where I was at, and I don't want to count. I want to say 310-ish. Now it's gonna bother me. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So that is square 314 out of 500. I'm doing 500 squares, 25 rows, or 25 squares across, 20 rows up, 500 squares. That seems to be the perfect size. I made one before. And I really like the size. And then my daughter took it. It's hers now. So I'm just gonna make another one, the same thing. And there are squares that are duplicates in there. I don't know if I've mentioned that. Mostly an accident, but also I don't know if I have 500 different colors. I have a bag, and once I get like half of it, or it gets running low a little bit, I come up here and I just grab scraps and refill it just to like refresh it. And I probably grabbed a couple of the same ones. So if you're curious, I probably have duplicate squares in there, but I'm going to try to like keep them apart, or if they're close together, they're usually I kind of plan out my squares. After I do my squares, I pick out the next colors for the next day, and I lay my blanket out and just like take a couple minis and go, okay, yep, that's good, that's good, that's good. I don't really think about it too hard, but I do try to plan it a little bit, because my daughter's like, she doesn't like two light ones together. She doesn't like two dark ones together. So I'm trying to, you know, do that for her. But okay, that's it. Life stuff. 41 minutes. Woo. Okay. I talked about my knitting refresh here that I'm doing for myself so I don't burn out. So I'm gonna go with that. We're gonna do 30 minutes of knitting on my DVD socks. We're gonna try that. We are going to not be pressured to do a finished object. So if I do not have a finished object, I don't. And I know all of you don't care. You don't care if I have a finished object. You probably care more that I'm here and sharing what I've been working on. Because if I wasn't here, I know a lot of you would probably be sad. So we're not going to worry about finished objects. We're just going to knit, and we're going to see what happens. My oldest daughter was sick. Last week I talked about. Nobody else got sick. It must have been just a little cold. She is all better. So we are all healthy, and that is why we're going to my parents, because we were supposed to go last week, but since she was sick, I was kind of like, I don't know if this is a good idea. So we just rescheduled. So we're all better, and we're all gonna go. So I'm looking forward to that, because I haven't seen them since Easter. It's been a long time. What else? Oh, I didn't do reading and watching. This is all over the place. I'm sorry. I know, I feel like I'm forgetting something. Look at my show notes. Reading and watching. Okay, watching. It's going to be real fast because there isn't that much. Reading. I finished The Flames of Hope. That was the Wing of Fire series, book 15. I talked about last week. It was meh. I could tell like the author was like, I'm running out of ideas. I have no idea where to go with this. But I did enjoy reading all of those with my kids and without my kids. I talked about that last episode. I had one more book left, and like I gotta finish it because I've read all of them. I did start Fairy Tale by Stephen King. Oh my word, you guys. I was gonna use the Audible credit, and then someone said in my last episode, try checking it out at your library first. You might not like it. I think she said she didn't like it, or she wasn't, I don't remember. Anyway, I'm like, that's a good idea, because I've been trying to read on my Kindle and knit for 30 minutes a day. So I went to my library and they had a copy. I'm like, yes. So I checked it out immediately. So, yeah, it's very good. I think I'm like, it's 600 pages. I think I'm almost at 100 pages already. So yeah, reading 30 minutes a day and then reading before I go to bed. I'm starting to read a little bit longer. That's just because I'm enjoying the book. So I'm getting there. It's, Stephen King always seems to have these, the books start out like, okay, this is very believable. I can see this happening in real life. Where is this going? And then it gets weird. I haven't got to the weird part yet, so we will see. But I am enjoying it. Watching. Oh, I'm so sad. We got rid of Disney Plus. Oh, my husband likes to rotate through the streaming services every 2 or 3 months. Eventually we will come back to it because, I mean, we have to watch TV. We're just, I can't see my husband just not watching TV in the evenings. And I would be sad if we didn't have any TV. But a new video game that he loves comes out today. So I have a feeling he's going to be playing that a lot in the future. What game is it? Zelda Tears of the Kingdom? Tears of the Kingdom? I think that's it. It's on Switch. I'm making fun of it and saying it's Tears of the Kingdom because tears and tears. It was funny. So I'm going to call it the Tears of the Kingdom. So usually when he plays his game, I watch podcasts on my tablet here because I'm not into video games. Sometimes I'll watch. I like watching him play the Mario ones because they're bright and colorful. And I like Goombas and Yoshi and Mario and all that. But Zelda, that doesn't do anything for me. I might watch some of it, but... Okay, so since we canceled Disney Plus, we just have Netflix. We are almost done. I think we have one more episode of The Sandman, season 1. There was a really good episodes in there, and now I'm like, meh, where's this going? I think I would still watch season 2. I think there's going to be another season, but... So, we finished, we're almost done with that. I think my husband has agreed to watch the Queen Charlotte Bridgerton spin-off season with me, so I think we're going to watch that next. And I am watching lots of Supernatural because I don't watch my Disney movies anymore. So I think I might be done. I don't remember what episode I'm on. I think after one more week, if I'm continuing to watching like 3 episodes a day, I'll have that season done. And then I decided, my husband watched Psycho, the 1960s, the original one. Sometimes he watches movies after I go to bed. I usually go to bed first and read so I can fall asleep. And usually at that point he watches a movie for a little bit and then he goes to bed. I have to fall asleep before my husband does. Because if I don't, he starts snoring and I can't sleep. There are some times where he wakes me up with snoring. But if I fall asleep first, it's usually smooth sailing. And plus, I like to read, and I don't want to have my Kindle light on, and he might have a hard time sleeping. He has a hard time sleeping with lights on. Or maybe that's me. I don't know. Anyway. So, he watched it, and I'm like, oh, I didn't know that was on there. I've never seen that before. But he was already almost done with it. So I decided that once you're finished with it, I will watch it on my own. And I did. And it was so good. I loved it. It was really, really good. I tried to look for other movies on Netflix, and I just couldn't find anything that I was interested in. So I don't know what I'm going to watch after. Maybe I'll try a different show. I don't want to just go through all the Supernaturals. I liked watching a movie, and then sometimes I would have enough time to watch one episode of Supernatural. Sometimes I just didn't, depending on how long the movie was. So I don't know if I should finish Supernatural and then go to a different show. I don't know what's on my list. There are some shows that I have not seen yet. The one that I can think of right off the top of my head is Ozark. I haven't watched that. Is that good? So if there's any Netflix shows on streaming that you would recommend, let me know. I might switch it up a little bit from Supernatural. Yeah, I really liked my Disney movie project. Like I started from the beginning and just watched a movie, like 3 movies a week. But I don't think I can do that with Netflix because they change the stuff all the time. Or there's not enough, there's no like series of movies, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. So let me know if there's any TV shows that you like on Netflix. Link them down below and see if I might have watched them already, but yeah, I need some recommendations. All right, what else with life stuff? I told you my daughter's sick. She's better. I'm going to my parents tomorrow. Oh, I saw, this was an animal sighting in my backyard that I was like surprised. It surprised me. I did not get pictures. I did not get video because it was kind of semi-dark. I was like, I woke up. I was getting my coffee ready. I was getting my breakfast ready. I looked out the window and there was a skunk. A skunk. I don't think I've ever seen one like in real life. But they're pretty big. This one was like, it was weird. It had its back and its whole tail was white. It didn't have the stripes, but it's, you know, it had the white at the nose and then it went, you know, white all the way across, but it didn't have stripes. It had black legs and black belly and everything, but I'm like, that skunk better get out of my yard because I don't want that smell. Usually it doesn't bother me, but if it was up and close, no. I have smelt skunks around here in the past. Yeah, so there was one in my backyard. Luckily, it was there for a few minutes and it figured a way out, which was, our backyard is all fenced in. It's a chain link fence. The we have apartment building, kind of that's not in our backyard, but it's a little bit further away. We are neighbors with an apartment building, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It's a smallish building. There's only like 8 apartments, I think, 6 or 8 apartments. They had a tree fall down and it messed up our fence. So there's like a hole in our fence and that's probably where the skunk came in because I saw him leave that way. So we've had bunnies in our backyard too. I'm okay with bunnies. Skunks I am not okay with. That scared me a little bit. I'm like, ugh. It was only there for a few minutes. It figured its way out and then it left. So I'm like, phew. We have a lot of dogs in this neighborhood, so I hope nobody's dog got sprayed, but it probably did. Because are skunks nocturnal? I feel like they are because I don't usually see them, but I don't know. I live in a city here, so it's kind of weird. But there is some wooded areas, so that's probably where it was. But it was like 6:30ish a.m. and I'm like, you better hide because it's gonna get busy around here with the schools being in session. So you better skedaddle. Okay, so that was my fun story of the week. Weather, it's starting to get hot again. It's supposed to be 80 today. It was 80 yesterday. Summer is starting to arrive. Yeah, I gotta end this. It's almost 54 minutes. And my coffee's gone. So I'm gonna clean up my mess. I have to finish folding 1 load of laundry. And then I'm gonna start working on my shawl. It is 10:35, so I got some time before lunch to see how much stripes I can get done on my shawl. Yeah, so thank you all for your kind comments last week about my DVD. I still don't know what I'm doing, but I'm gonna try the 30 minutes a day. 30 minutes a day and see how that goes. So thanks for watching and listening to me ramble. If you have any questions or comments, put them right down there. I do love reading those. And hopefully I will see you next week. Bye.